Look at her beautiful hair, just all out in its glory. But she doesn't want to go to school like this because, not that it's not absolutely fabulous, but because it'll get tangled, it'll get matted, things get in your hair. So we're going to tame it a little bit and use a classic style, one you can do relatively easy, even if you're a beginner. And what's really beneficial about this style, because even if the hair is short, half this length, you can achieve this style. And it's one that just will give you direction, and it's easy to touch up in the mornings if you have to. I'm just going to start always just misting her hair a little bit because it's a little dry. Just misting a little bit. We're going to do some classic partings. Classic parting is from front to back and ear to ear. You'll have 4 quadrants. I think today, for time's sake, we're going to just do 3. We're going to start at the front, using my rat tail comb to guide me through, and I'm going to start opening up the hair to reveal the scalp. If you hit any snags, you should add some kind of product on here. Here's a lovely leave-in treatment, leave-in conditioner, just a little bit. I'm going to add to her hair. Rub it in. Remember, she had low porosity hair, so we really have to work the product in, parting from front to back. And then I'm going to part from ear to ear. And we'll go back and clean up the parts later. And it's really important to work in smaller sections, and you keep control of the hair. It's not even that hard as long as you maintain control. So we're just going to move the back of the hair out of the way. I'm just going to put this little twist tie on it. Now we have 2 sections and 1 in the back. All we need to do next is, as we learned in another previous video, is to use a little pomade or gel or whatever you have and clean up the part. So we're going to just rub a little there because we let our tool get us started. And then we're going to go back in and just clean up those little parts that's just keeping our straight. Now, parting the hair, it takes practice and practice. So give yourself some grace. If you don't get it right the first time, if you don't get it right the 10th time, keep going at it. But if you follow these steps, now we have a pretty good part. Then we're just going to take this one and work on this side, behind the ear. Let me turn her around so you can see. We're just going to clean up this part. The same technique. We're going to put a little of our product, and we're going to go back in with our comb, and we're going to fine tune the parts. Clean them up. You can use the teeth or you can use the tail. This tail is a little rounded, so you may want to use one with a more pronounced point, but you get the idea. See, we clean them up. We're going to put some of the leave-in product on her hair to rub it all the way through. You're going to take the ponytail holder. Done. Now, we can actually curl up her curls and leave it in a puff like this, or we can do a braid or twist on it. Let's try some twists. Just going to separate it. And I call this a classic style because one, is easy, and one, it's a traditional style that we've all have worn at some point, and there's so many variations you can do with this. And I'll show you how you can extend this style and get multiple uses out of it. So we just put one twist and we're going to put another. Now she already has product on her hair. Her hair is soft and pliable, so I don't need to keep adding product. Separate it. I'm going to twist this side. And you can use barrettes or ornaments to hold them down, but I'm going to twist them around themselves. It's almost like a space bun look. One side done. Now we take to the other side, repeat the process, a little moisture, put a little product. I'm using a leave-in conditioning treatment, and it's really lightweight because her hair doesn't need it. Now, if you notice, I didn't clean up the part on this side, so I have to go back in the back, and do the same thing we did on the other side. And remember, you'll just do this once because you can get a good week's wear out of this hairstyle, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, we clean up the part. This time I'm gonna use a detangling brush just to demonstrate that same technique. You start at the end and you work your way up the whole section. And you notice I'm holding it my left hand, that's because I'm not doing this. That can cause pain for your child. So you control it as best you can. I'm not letting the hair just out and combing it like this. We want to control the hair as we go along. And it's pretty much detangled. Then we're going to take the band. We're going to put the band in. We're going to separate it into two and twist, just so it can match. Like I said, you can leave it in puff balls. You can twist it into one braid. There's so much you can do with this little style, which is why I absolutely love it. Twist that side. And then we're going to twist the other side. Let's make sure this is detangled. The goal is to make it easier on mom and child, or dads and childs, because shout out to the dads who are doing hair. I always have to give them a shout out. I'm going to twist it around itself because she has the length to do this. If your child's hair is a little shorter, you may have to figure out a different way to handle her puffs, or leave them as they are. And now we're going to put the back into one. We could split this into two, you can split it into fours, but we're going to make it easier on ourselves and put it into one. Just a little more. I am controlling all of it in the back as well. Now this is a neat style. Let's say if she had it like this and something fancier came up, you can put some beautiful accessories right here. It just updates the look. One more time, around, and I'm going to twist the back as well. Now when you see the back puffy like this, you can still smooth it around. Let me make sure you can see when it's puffy like the front, but as you just watched, you could just still smooth that back around, smooth that hair into one where you're able to make sure it's completely detangled, starting at the ends, and you can just separate it into two, and let's twist. Just like we did in the front, easy peasy. I don't think I've been working, 10 minutes from start to finish? It's easy peasy. Now what's going to be really awesome about this hairstyle is the versatility. So let's say she goes to sleep, you put her bonnet on or her silk scarf, and you wake up in the morning, you just need to touch up the edges or smooth where need be, and then go ahead and she's off to school. But say after a couple of days, this will last a couple of days, you need to change it up a little bit. You can undo the twist, which I'm going to demonstrate in 1 minute. And you can use pins. I'm just tucking it in the holder. But you can certainly put pins in it. So it's been a couple of days now. She's been rocking this style. Mom, you get her out the door quick with school. You just smooth out her edges with a little brush, take her bonnet off, she's good to go. You can take these down. Now this has kind of set as a pattern. And you can just unwind the pattern and just let her have little curls. Of course, we haven't had time for it to dry, but it will be just little coils and little curls versus the twist up, okay? So this is how you get longevity out of the style. You can make it this way, it could be this way. You could just have it hanging straight with a barrette on the end. This is a classic style, easy to go, easy to update, easy to get out the door when you're in a hurry for school.